Hello everybody, Mark Pickles here with Snowdon Talent. Now when I was a sales trainer, I used to ask my trainees, guys, what do buyers really think of salespeople? Now a few would initially come up with nice polite things like, Mark, we think salespeople are very helpful, they're very useful, and they're often very informative. And then after a while, the dam would burst, the floodgates would open as the real stuff, the real deal came out. Mark, we actually think salespeople are pushy, they talk too much, they're self-interested, they're intrusive, they're boring, they're money-grabbing, they're shiny-suited, spivvy wide boys. They make us feel uncomfortable. They never listen, they're dodgy, and the bottom line is, I just don't trust them. We then used to go on to investigate how ultimately salespeople create their own problems. For instance, if the salesperson comes across as a stereotypical salesperson, then he or she is already fighting against all of these negative perceptions. So one of my rules was the need to be fundamentally different. After all, if you come across as a salesperson, you're going to be treated like one, and based on what people clearly think of salespeople, that's not good news. So as a salesperson, there are many things we can do to differentiate ourselves from the stereotypical perception. One example might be, instead of pushing for yes, you might actually try not pushing anything, perhaps try gently encouraging a no. For example, John, we've been discussing this a while, and I kind of get the feeling, I get the impression that you're not really serious about moving forwards with this and making the change. Perhaps, John, we should end it. Used properly, this can be a real game changer for all sorts of reasons. Now, if you want to know how to use it properly, I would suggest seeking out your local Sandler trainer. So, now that I am unashamedly a recruiter, I find myself up against many of the same perceptions and prejudices, again, as recruiters don't have a great reputation either. Now, this got me thinking about the problems recruiters, like salespeople, ultimately create for themselves, and what I could do differently to eliminate the many challenges and the many costs commonly faced by companies when hiring via an external agency. So the outcome is we now have a fundamentally different recruitment model described by one senior HR leader as being unique, exactly what the market needs, and what really, really tickled me, an ethical approach to recruitment. The risk of making a bad hire is just one of many challenges faced by companies when recruiting. Hiring mistakes are a real, ever-present risk. In fact, a 2015 study showed 46% of new hires fail within 18 months. And the resulting cost of a bad hire is eye-wateringly expensive and invariably more than you think. So if I was to say, we believe our new model can virtually eliminate bad hires, would that be sufficient for you to want to know more? How about if I was to add we can effectively de-risk the hiring process for you, whilst giving you infinitely more confidence about making sound hiring decisions? And we can even do this whilst putting a smile on the face of your head of finance. Could that be sufficient grounds to speak with me? If you're a commercial leader and you're open to investigate, please contact me, Mark Pickles, directly on LinkedIn, or otherwise email me on mark@snowdontalent.com. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.